Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Shea Butter Adventures. Today, we're going to be venturing into the things I wish I knew before I came to the United States about specifically apartment hunting. As always, my video is usually short, so I'll keep this short because it's just a few things I wish I knew that I want to pass on to you. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. I am an immigrant nurse originally from the Bahamas. Capital T, please. Put some respect on our name. And I'm here to help. Okay, what do I wish I knew? This is like a let's talk video, so yeah. So things I wish I knew. I wish I knew that they count credit score and everything. I have a credit score video coming. I don't know if it's coming before this or after this, but it's coming. And I have some on my TikTok. So they will ask you for like your social security number. We do not have a social security number because at least we don't have one. I don't know if you watching and you actually have one, but I know I don't have one. So let me just say that. I don't have a social security number. I have one now, but I didn't have one then. You know what I'm trying to say. So they'll ask me a social security number because they want to pull your credit or they want to do a background check, so on and so forth. And because you don't have a social security number, to them, that's like a red flag. I don't know if they think like we just trying to squat or whatever, but they automatically be like, oh, well, we don't have no apartments. Or, oh, we can't rent to you. Or order name policy. So you have to look for an apartment ahead of time and just tell them ahead of time, like, look, I don't have a social security number. It's not going to be a problem. But obviously do a little bit nicer than that. And they'll tell you, like, sometimes it honestly is nothing the person could do. You need a social security number. They also prefer to do background checks over here. I did not know that. I mean, I have a problem with it, but like, what if it come back to say like, I don't exist or something like that? Because I'm not from the United States of A. So then depending on your background check, it depends like if you get the apartment or not and stuff like that. So I already don't have a social security number and I don't have anything in the United States. So I feel like that's certain stuff that like is automatically like an X against us and we wouldn't even know. Because I had a friend and she didn't have a social security number and she didn't get the apartment because it was like, oh, well, you need one for us to do XYZ. So don't just look at the apartments in your area after you like know which hospital you're going to. Don't just look at them. Or even like I say before you know which hospital you're going to, don't just look at them and be like, oh, I got a bunch in my area. If you got 10 apartments available in your area and 8 require you to have a social security number, then you up the creek with a paddle. So let's not do that. Also, the fact that you have to make 3 times your rent. Like, back home, first, last, and security. Once you have first, last, and security, that's it. That's all. Da, 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 da. Over here, they want first month's rent. It's a word. I can't remember the word. Something rent. And then they want your security deposit. But you have to make 3 times your rent to have an apartment. Apartments in the United States are getting very much so expensive. I live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment that is considered not the most up-to-date, mainly just because my apartment has carpet in it. But, I mean, it has, like, a small gym, it has a small pool, just has carpet in it, and the cabinets aren't that up-to-date. So my 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment in North Carolina costs me around $14.40 a month, and that's including washing and dryer and that fee they just charge on. It does not include any other fee. It does not include water, it does not include light, it doesn't include nothing. Internet, nothing. $14.40 for my rent. $14.44, something like that. And I have to make 3 times my rent to qualify for my apartment. They will ask you for a pay stub from your company, from your organization, from whoever it is that you will be employed by. And the company should know that, and they will send it to you. Like, I didn't have to ask for mine. And I was refused for an apartment because I made not enough money. That's just it. To them, you don't make enough money. Like with overtime and stuff, you could afford a $1,600 apartment. Oh God, that was like my last step. I was like, Lord, please, I can't do this. I can't afford $200 apartment to sleep. That's what it's getting me, to sleep. But you gotta make 3 times your rent, basically. 9 times out of 10, pretty much all the apartments ask me for my pay stub just to see how much money I make to see if I could qualify for the apartment. So I feel like sometimes like back home we take it for granted that like we come with our money and they be like, yeah, you can have the apartment. Over here, no, boo boo. You gotta make you gotta be able to pay for this. You need to be moving out, breaking rent, breaking lease, and da da da. Right. Also, you can not qualify an apartment because you make too much money. So I remember I got really excited about this apartment that I found because it was like $1,000 a month for 2 bedroom, 2 bath. That should have been my first hint. It was like $1,000 a month for 2 bedroom, and I just was like, oh my gosh, like why is this even available if everything around is so expensive? I can tell you why it's available. Equal housing opportunities. Long story short, for people who don't make 3 times the rent. So if it's like the government of the United States is just like, well, everyone deserves an apartment, even if you don't make 3 times the rent. And I thought that. But how you can tell me I make too much money? I don't even make that much. I just make $30 an hour. Relax, you my differentials. How you can tell me I just make too much money for an apartment? But that's what happened. I got denied, I think, twice for 2 apartments that I wanted because I made too much money. And literally, when you put in an application, at the end of the application, you're like submitted. You check your email, denied. Reason, does not qualify due to excess of funds or annual income or something like that. Like you make too much money for the apartment. So look out for equal opportunity housing. Also, application fees. Y'all know, like you just call me like, hey, this apartment still available? No, I just sell it. Oh, okay, bye. Hey, this apartment's still available. Yeah, you come see it today. Everybody looking at it. You need to come see. So you go and see, be like, I want this. Give them the money. That's it. Over here, you have an application. And not just application, you have an application fee. And they will deny you after you get the application fee. They would charge me $50 to apply to get an apartment and you still deny me. Who is do stuff like that? That is crazy. But then they'll be like, oh, the application fee goes towards your background check. And da-da-da-da. I'm like, but I know I don't have a record. I don't even live in the United States. You can't even really and truly run a good background check on me because you do not have my social security number. And yet I still have to pay for this background check. Anyway, so those are like the biggest things I wish I knew. That you could get denied for making too much money. You could get denied for not making enough money. You have to pay an application fee for pretty much every single apartment. It's just, I just wish there was a certain stuff I knew. And I feel like if I had known them ahead of time, I probably would have started looking ahead of time. I felt really pressed for time coming on to the end because I think I got this apartment maybe less than a month before I moved. And I wasn't even sure this one would have been available. It just was a lot. That's why I really stress to people. You could look for apartments in the United States months in advance. People just remember that usually people sign a lease. Not usually. You sign a lease. 6 months, 1 year, 3 months, whatever. And at the end of that lease, you let the office know if you're going to be renewing or if you're going to be leaving. These people know if people are moving out months in advance sometimes. Like my apartment building has availability for like March, which means if I was looking in time, I probably could have found another thing in my area. I don't know if it would have been cheaper because my area is expensive, but at least I would have felt a little bit more calm in terms of like feeling like really giddy looking for apartments. Because some people will accept your application fee and be like, yeah, it's fine that you don't have a social security number. But they will not they will just take your money and they will not even consider you for the apartment because you are not an American citizen or because you don't have a social security number or because they just ain't gonna give it to you and they still take your money. So I just wish I'd known all of that in advance so that I could have planned a little bit better. And I love to plan. So just letting you know ahead of time, do not wait till the last minute. As soon as you look in the area, don't just look at apartments, be like, oh, well, I got a lot available. Look and call, look and ask, look and speak to. Put some minutes on your phone and talk to the people and see if they have availabilities and see, because those apartments might be pretty online. They'd be like, yeah, but we only have a studio. Yeah, it just shows up online is that everything is available. Really and truly, it's a waiting list. And they do that. It's like, it's a waiting list. How long is the waiting list? You're like at the bottom. So how much people wait? Oh, they're waiting for one place. One place I call it a waiting list. And I was like, anyway, those are things I wish I knew before I moved in terms of apartment hunting. As always, I ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. My name is Tammy, and this is Shea Butter Ventures. I am on Instagram at Shea Butter Ventures, and I am on TikTok at Shea Butter Ventures 25. Obviously, I'm on YouTube. You watching this video at Shea Butter Ventures. And I would appreciate it if you just give me a little thumbs up, tell a friend, text a friend. I'm a baby channel and I'm just trying to grow. If you could help me out, I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I love you. I love you. Happy venturing.